Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Today we will see about the 5S in indirect procurement. This methodology is although useful for the manufacturing process, but it is also useful for our indirect procurement since it deals with the cost saving, improve efficiency and boost the supplier performance. Today we are diving into the powerful lean manufacturing tool that is called as 5S methodology. How it applies not just for the shop floor but also for the indirect procurement. Stay tuned to learn about how 5S can drive the cost saving, improve efficiency, and boost the supplier performance. So, what is 5S? 5S stands for sorting, set in order, shine, standardize, and sustain. So, it is a Japanese method used to create a clean, organized, and efficient workplace. It is not just only limited to the factories, but it is also a game changer for the procurement. Now, let's break down step by step. First, which is called a sort. Eliminate the unnecessary. The main objective of the sorting is that whatever the things that are unnecessary present in anywhere in our sector, we have to remove it. So it is saying that the eliminating the unnecessary thing. Identify and eliminate the non-value added items and the vendors that are not used in your indirect spend. For example, clean the unused subscription and services. Whatever things which is not useful, we must have to clean it. Review the supplier list and remove the inactive vendors. Third, cut tail spend, low values and unmonitored purchase. If the purchase is not going in efficient manner or unmonitored purchase, we have to remove it. Example, stop reviewing the AMC contract that is no longer service in your organization goal. That's why those AMC services, for example, which is not being used in our organization, we must have to stop it. Second, we will see about the set in order. It says that organize everything. Once we have sort the item, remove that item, then it comes to the set. Organize everything. For example, structure your procurement system for clarity and speed. Categorize the vendor on the basis of the commodity or the location. So, what is the commodity and what are the location? That is the category management. Digitalize and tag the contract and purchase order. Digitization is always there in procurement, so it is about the digitization. For example, the PO record keeping, PR keeping, e-auctions, all those things. Align sourcing strategies with internal demand planning. For example, if the demand is agile in nature and demand is changing, so our sourcing strategies must be such that it should be aligned with our demand planning. For example, use the procurement software to maintain the easy access of a vendor data like SAP ERP system, where you can easily access the vendor's detail, what we have purchased from these vendor. It will not only help for taking the price of these item, but for the longer run, you can get the idea about from where the item has procured, when it was procured, and from where it was procured. Such kind of things. Now shine. Keep everything clean. Once we have seen the sort set in order, now we will see the sign. Once we have selected that these items have to be set in order, we have to keep them the clean. So it's all about the shining. Ensure all your data and process are free from the error and the clusters. So there must no be error. Now regular audit with vendor based master data, clear outdated REQ and the PO logos. Update the contact detail and GST information of the vendor, which is very important because we are having a consolidated vendor list with us and we need to have a updated GST number of a vendor, a regular touch in vendor. If there is a changes in vendor detail, then we need to update it. Conduct the quarterly review for the corrective discipline in the vendor record, for example, the GST fillings and such kind of things. Standardization, build consistent processes, document procurement workflow and ensure everyone follow them. For example, in a procurement there must be a standard operating procedure for the PO to PR conversion. Standardize the vendor evaluation, onboarding process and fix the timeline for PO approval and PO creation. PO always there because we see that there is a standard operating process for the PO creation on the basis of quotation, on the basis of the cost, quality, number of factors is there. It should be the value addition. Now, second is the standardization of a vendor for the onboarding processes. That is, we are selecting a vendor for a specific reason. How this vendor is useful for our organization for a long-term approach. Third is that we generally see that in procurement, people always spend full their time for the making the PO. From they start from 9 to the 6 making the PO, only the making the PO. But this method is absolutely wrong. They must have to keep 2 hours at least for them for the new development and a working, and remaining hours for the purchase order making. Now we will see that use the template for RFPs and comparative statement. Now sustain. Make its habit. Train your team, monitor the compliances and continuous improvement. Again and again saying continuous improvement. Conduct the 5S audit in direct procurement processes. Recognize the team who follows the standards and recognize the feedback from stakeholder for improvement. As we say that in sustained procurement is all about the feedback mechanism, because in our organization stakeholders are there. If you are doing well, then stakeholder provide its feedback. So it's all about it. Monthly scorecard review for the indirect procurement control and process compliances. That is, whenever you are doing deal with any vendor, if it is providing a good services, then you have to keep the monthly scorecard. Now benefit of 5S in procurement. So what you can see that basically whenever you are applying the 5S in indirect procurement, here you can gain reduce the main objective is that here you can reduce the maverick spend, faster PR to PO conversion, improve the compliances and audit readiness, better supplier relationship, and increase the cost viability. So these are the major objective of the indirect procurement benefits. So reduce maverick spend, faster PR to PO conversion, improve compliances, audit there and better supplier management and cost visibility. Whether you manage packing material, MRO, IT procurement, apply 5S is a bigger clarity and brings always the clarity, efficiency and control. So don't just clean the warehouses, clean your procurement process always. So as a procurement manager, I can say that don't clean your warehouses, clean your procurement processes. If you have found this video to be useful, don't forget to hit the press button for subscribe. And if my content is useful for you, please don't forget to share with your other friends. So I just want to say you again, thanks for watching my video. Nikhil Mittal signing off.